Hello and thank you for watching my video. This is a little video on how to boost up your sort of Weapon Master title. Now there are certain points in Guild Wars 2, particularly in the personal story, where you can really get a lot of kills on, on very weak enemies. That they're particularly, again, mostly to do with ore and very quick. Lots of enemies are coming at you at once and you'll be able to knock them down. And that's what I've got going on in the background. I am pretty much staying here and you've got an endless supply of spiders that are coming down. Now this is, as you can see in the top right hand corner, I started off, I missed the beginning, I do apologise. I actually started off with around 2,500 kills on my pistol and sort of around 150 on my shield. And I was just going so quickly hammering through them that I thought I'd record this. Now again, this is level 80, the story mode is Stealing Light, and what you do, you move up through the sea and you come up this up the hill here, and you hold at this position when the spiders keep coming down. I was tempted to put a rifle on, but I'd have to get out of combat, and that's unlike, that would probably cause the spiders to stop spawning. But yeah, this is really a very quick and easy way to boost those kills. I'm trying to get my shield kills up as well, because obviously shield is a very difficult weapon to actually get all the weapon master for. But you'll notice, like, I've put the sort of weapon master titles on, so you can see as they keep ticking up and up and up, that I'm getting shield master sort of kills, pistol kills, and these types of, there are only a couple of them that actually exist in Guild Wars 2. I don't know if it will be lasting much longer after this, but it's one of those that, I'll be honest, I've been in game for, almost, 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years when it's, on the 3-year anniversary, and I don't have that many kills. The only weapons masteries that I've maxed out are Staff, Greatsword, they, for the warrior and the elementalist. Longbow, I'm at just over, I'm about 3,500. The only other one I've maxed out, and that's only because that they included at the beginning arcane skills counting for this, and that's the sword mastery track. I did manage to finish off the sword mastery with actually, going in with a warrior or the sort of ranger. But other than that, it's very difficult. I mean, you'll see here, I've only ever got, in 2.5 years, 150 odd killing shots with my shield. And I almost double that in 10 minutes. That's how ridiculous this is. Obviously, there are certain weapons, certain professions that you can use a shield. Obviously, you can't use the shield on the Guardian, doesn't actually do much damage. So the ones that do damage, I don't even think the warrior does damage. I think they're more blocking skills. So the only one that really does damage is the engineer. Both skills, it's skill 5 that mainly does most of the damage. And that's where it's, why it's so tricky to get the shield actually at, weapon mastery track. But as you can see, I'm cleaving through these enemies. They're very few, very difficulty. There is a couple that become invulnerable for some unknown reason, and they just cause me a little bit of damage. But you see here, I'm not even healing. I'll put up a healing turret occasionally, but they really don't cause me any damage. And I wanted to show you that if you do your personal story, you want to focus on the ones that actually you take out the enemy, the Orion ships, because that gets you onto this personal story path, and that will allow you to do this personal story here. So if anything, if you do want to master a particular weapon, particularly if you've got a warrior, it will be exceptional, then do this personal story. And if you are worried that, obviously, for example, if I wanted to, use my rifle, for example, on my engineer, there's a very simple way. Log out and then log back in again, so reset the progress, come back up and then redo it with your rifle. Obviously, with a rifle, it's, bang, 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 bang. And also you notice that if I don't fire, then obviously because I'm not targeting anyone, it does stop. My character does stop, and that's why I'm doing that, so it allows me access to the shield. But I could put some turrets up and I'd be alive, for eternity. But obviously using turrets doesn't actually get me any kills. There is no sort of weapon master track for that. But it's very helpful, you know. I've got my shield over 50% now. My pistol's gone way up. The only reason I stopped was because I wanted to show you guys what happens when you go up to that boss. That actually does stop spawning briefly, but then he does carry on as you're fighting him. But obviously, the aim is to try and kill him. So when I've said over 1,000 kills, it does include obviously the shield and the pistol. And also, I'd like to note that I did actually start recording a little bit. I forgot to record like about 30 seconds before. So if you're gonna go and get pernickety and say, oh, you didn't get 1,000 kills, you know, you got like 950 odd, well, you know, whatever, man. So I didn't count them specifically, and I now have over 1,000 kills because it stopped recording. I forgot. I actually stopped the recording going. So just because I wanted to show you guys that was it. If I'd recorded it about 30 seconds longer, you'd have seen me get another 100 kills. That's how quick it's going. So if you look at it like that, 10 minutes, I'm averaging 100 kills a minute. It's just ridiculously easy, this part, you know. I don't know why they keep on spawning, you know, what the coding is for this, but it's one of those areas that they're very rare in the Guild Wars 2 game. There is another personal story, I think it is to do with Silvari, where again there's a load of spiders that you can kill, and I think if you want to use your sort of weapons that don't get used a lot, things like the mace, the focus, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, the only ones you can't really do are the underwater ones. But yeah, the shield is very useful for this, and you know, perhaps the focus as well. You want to look at the characters or the professions that can do damage with that particular weapon, and then come here. If you think about it, if I'm getting 1,000 kills a minute with my pistol, and shield's a bit longer, so you know it might take a little bit longer. But for a main hand weapon, you know, particularly like the mace, you should be able to get 1,000 kills inside 10 minutes easily. You know, there's no problem. Obviously, with my pistol here, it's actually ricocheting, so I am getting a lot of kills pretty quickly. But again, if you're a warrior, you'll be like, you know, you're smashing them around all over the place. And you know, I don't think there's anything else that I really need to say on that. I hope you guys have found this, you know, this little guide useful. I just thought I'd do it to share it, because I know there's a lot of people out there that will come nowhere near close to getting all these weapon master tracks. And I know, for example, the shield is very, very difficult to get more and more kills. It's one of the few areas of achievements that I have very, very little max. And I wanted to show you that there are ways in which you can sort of a little bit bend the rules a little bit, but it's, you know, it's the way you can actually do this. You know, if some people think that this is a little bit of cheating, I can understand that, but at the end of the day, I just want to get that weapon master track done, and I'm not going to be able to do that going out in the real world, going bang, 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 when I can just do it like this. And just again to put it in perspective, up until this point with the pistol, bear in mind how many characters I've got on my account. The pistol is obviously used mainly for the engineer, obviously the thief has a pistol and the mesmer, but having the engineer as the main pistol guy, like I only had 2,500 kills in over 2 years, and I've done almost 1,000 kills in 10 minutes. That is why I'm telling you guys, I'm wanting to share this with you, because I think a lot of people will appreciate this. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching my video. Feel free to leave any comments. If you didn't like the video, fair enough. I just wanted to show a lot of people out there. As you can see now, they do stop eventually as you move closer towards the boss. But yeah, thanks very much for watching guys. I'll let you finish off the video, and feel free to leave any feedback.